It's the REKK report. Rekkhan's in the building, giving you the raw and uncut. You know how I do. Sit back, relax. Welcome to my world. We getting it in. Let's get this started. It's the REKK report. What's going on, y'all? Welcome to the REKK report, man. What I want to talk about today is kind of, oh man, how can I say this? It's disturbing. I'm just gonna start like a whole series about it. It's things that I think are they're just weird. They're just weird situations that you just be like, it doesn't really make sense, but we don't want to I'm not here to dismiss it. It's just the fact I think it's weird. I just think it's one of those things that it doesn't make any sense. So maybe you can kind of like understand. So first and foremost, what I think is we're even in 2024 and we're still having this problem that I remember this going on in school and when I was younger. Why do people have a problem with people who read? Yes, it seems crazy, but it's still people that try to tease people for actually reading and actually learning. It's a problem. It's a problem. I think this came from when Cat Williams had his interview on Shay Shay, and he mentioned that he had read maybe like 3,000 books when he was younger, when he was, before he was 10 or something like that, which to me is pretty understandable. It's believable, because this is something that you guys don't know. When we were younger and when we were in school, they encouraged reading. We had like book fairs, and we had these things that if you read up to 500 books, you can win prizes, or you win, you read 1,000 books or whatever amount of books, and you read, you win a trip to the museum, and you get to, all of these things. They were incentives on you to read. So me growing up, I would grab anything that I can to read, just to read. If it was a encyclopedia, because back in the day it was encyclopedias, there wasn't no Google stuff, and stuff like Time Life, do-it-yourself books. I used to read all those things, and just anything that I could just get my hands on, if it was just the dictionary or something like that. And it would always be someone who would say something like, "Oh man, you over there, reading, man, and studying, and what's wrong with that?" This is the thing. This is the disconnect, because I shouldn't have to say it, but a lot of us, we got taken out for learning how to read, for knowing how to read. Back, they didn't want us to learn anything. So reading was like, you get killed for reading. And now, I could just look at an average person, I can say, what's the last book you read? And they probably say it was something on Google or an article or whatever. But nobody actually reads anymore. And that's why you're ignorant. Nobody wants to read anything. Nobody wants to learn anything. They'll rather look something up, and then hopefully they'll get the answer that they need. But me, I remember going to the library to go research stuff, and that's just gone. We've gotten to a point, like I said, we don't write in cursive. They're trying to eliminate cursive writing. I still know how to cursive write. Cool. But they're trying to eliminate that from school. They're just eliminating the whole process of learning in school. But the thing is, at this day and age, we still have people that are saying, "Oh man, he didn't read that many books. He's just, like, why are you teasing someone for acknowledging that they read, that they're learning?" It's just, it's weird to me. It's crazy that someone would that would be a problem for people. Like I said, growing up, this is what we had. We would read because our ancestors couldn't, wasn't able to, and would get punished for reading. that's what made reading more interesting for me, because I was like, man, they didn't have this privilege. So whatever, if I see a book, if I see something that I'm interested in, I'm diving in. I read at least a chapter a day in whatever book that I'm into, until I'm done and move on to the next one or whatever. It's just, you got to find the time. But the thing is, people don't want to learn nothing. They don't want to know it. They think they know everything, and they think everything is on Google and all this other type of stuff. And you can pretty much find anything on the information highway, superhighway. But the act of actually reading is something that you can't get from Google or whatever. I have people who said they've read X amount of books, and they've read audio books. No, I'm just saying. I mean, like I said, I have one audio book, and I haven't checked it out because I haven't got the actual physical book. So, because to me, the audio book is like someone reading for you, or you being read to. So if I have the book and I'm reading along, that's me reading a book. So this whole thing about the audiobooks, I'm not shaming anybody who does audiobooks. It's just, I don't consider you didn't read the book. The book was read to you. But this whole thing, I remember it's something that happens in school. Like if you were the smart kid, or just the kid that just liked to read, you always got teased for it. Like, look at them doing homework, and look at them, like, why are we punishing good behavior? And the fact that this man has read X amount of books, it's a whole thing. That's a whole slew of comedians or whoever just talking like, man, he read these many books, and like, what's wrong with that? Or he read the encyclopedia. Who doesn't? I've done it. It's just the fact of the thirst for learning is just the thirst for learning. But some people don't want to learn. They just want stuff to be fed to them. They want someone else to interpret things for them. And that's a problem. And that's why you'll never learn anything. You'll never be enlightened to better your situation. I guess, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I just think it's weird that we're still in that place that even as an adult, you could say, oh man, I read this book, and oh man, what you doing reading books, man? A lot of people haven't read a book since they were in school. A lot of these adults out here, they haven't read books since they were told to read a book. So I just think it's weird, man, that we still have a problem with education and educating yourself. It's just funny to me. But anyway, leave it in the comments if you feel the same way. If not, let's discuss. I'll see you when I see you. Peace.
REKK Report.